Have you ever caught yourself lying awake at night, wondering if your savings will really last? Maybe you've even asked yourself, am I going to be okay 5 years from now? 10 years from now? If so, you're not alone. That feeling, that little knot of worry, is something many people face after retirement. It's not about greed or wanting more. It's about wanting to feel safe, independent, and free to enjoy the years you've worked so hard for. Today, we're going to talk about something that's not just important. It's life-changing. How to avoid the most common retirement mistakes after 60, and 7 powerful ways you can stay financially independent and stress-free. Because financial freedom isn't just about numbers, it's about sleeping well at night, walking into a grocery store without checking every price tag, and saying yes to life without that little voice of fear in the background. The truth is, staying financially strong after 60 isn't about making massive, overwhelming changes. It's about a few smart moves that, over time, protect your freedom and your peace of mind. Let's dive into the first one together. One of the biggest mistakes many retirees make is assuming they'll spend less in retirement. It sounds logical, doesn't it? No commuting, no work clothes, no daily lunches out. But here's the reality. Many people find themselves spending the same, or even more, especially in the early years of retirement. Travel, hobbies, home improvements, even helping out family members. It all adds up. Suddenly, the budget that seemed safe feels a little too tight. Instead of assuming your expenses will drop, start by tracking them closely for a few months. Write down everything: the morning coffee, the birthday gifts, the unexpected car repair. Seeing the full picture gives you power. It helps you make smart decisions without feeling like you're depriving yourself. And if you notice certain expenses creeping up, you can adjust gently before it becomes a problem. Think of it as steering a ship. Small corrections now prevent big storms later. Another mistake that can really hurt your independence is relying too much on Social Security or a pension alone. Yes, these benefits are essential and you earned them, but they were never meant to be your full financial plan. Costs of living go up, healthcare expenses rise, and if you're depending entirely on a fixed monthly check, it can feel like being trapped in a tight box with no room to breathe. That's why it's so important to keep other sources of income active, even if they're small. Maybe it's a little freelance work doing something you love. Maybe it's renting out a room or selling crafts or antiques. Maybe it's simply making sure your savings are invested wisely so they continue to grow, even while you're drawing from them. Having that extra trickle of income gives you choices, and choices are the heart of true independence. Now, let's talk about another quiet trap that catches so many people off guard: giving too much financial help to adult children or family members. I know, it's tough. You love your kids. You want to be there for them. But if helping them today puts your own stability at risk, you're not really helping anyone. You're just shifting the burden down the road. It's not selfish to protect your financial future. It's responsible. It's loving. Because when you stay independent, you stay in control of your life, your choices, and your dignity. And honestly, your family doesn't want to see you struggle later because of decisions made now. If you decide to offer help, set clear boundaries, offer advice, emotional support, even help them find their own financial solutions. But don't feel guilty saying, "I need to make sure I'm secure too." That's not cold, that's wise. Another common mistake is underestimating healthcare costs. It's easy to assume Medicare will cover everything or that you'll always be healthy. But unexpected medical expenses are one of the biggest reasons retirees run into financial trouble. A hospital stay, a surgery, new prescriptions. They can drain savings faster than you ever imagined. So what can you do? First, make sure you have a supplemental health insurance plan that fits your needs. It might cost a little more each month, but it can save you tens of thousands later. Second, take your health seriously today. Regular checkups, staying active, eating well. These simple habits can prevent many costly problems down the line. Think of it as investing in the most valuable asset you have, your well-being. And speaking of investments, let's touch on something that trips up a lot of people after 60: getting too conservative with their savings. It's understandable. After all, nobody wants to lose money, but if your investments are too safe, parked entirely in cash or low-interest accounts, you might actually be losing ground to inflation without realizing it. Over 10 or 20 years, that slow erosion can leave you with less buying power when you need it most. The key is balance. You don't have to gamble or take wild risks, but working with a trusted advisor to create a diversified plan that includes some growth can help protect your money's value over the long term. It's not about chasing big returns. It's about staying strong and steady, so your money keeps working quietly for you behind the scenes. Now that we've talked about the dangers of underestimating expenses, over-relying on fixed income, helping family too much, healthcare surprises, and getting too conservative with savings, there's still more ground to cover. Because true financial independence after 60 is about more than just avoiding mistakes. It's about making smart, confident choices every day that add up to a secure, joyful, and worry-free life. Another important piece of the puzzle is staying alert to scams and financial fraud, especially those that target seniors. It's heartbreaking, but some people see retirees as easy targets, and the scams get more convincing every year. Maybe it's a phone call pretending to be your bank, an email that looks official but isn't, or even a friendly voice offering to help with investments or bills. It only takes one mistake, one click, one trusting moment, and you could lose thousands of dollars, sometimes even your identity. That's why one of the smartest ways to protect your financial independence is to always slow down when money is involved. Never give out personal information over the phone. If you get a suspicious call or email, hang up or delete it, then contact the institution directly using a number you trust. If something feels off, it probably is. Trust your instincts, and don't be embarrassed to double-check things or ask for help. Being cautious isn't a sign you're out of touch, it's a sign you're wise. You've lived long enough to know that sometimes the best protection is simply taking a moment to breathe, think, and verify before you act. Another mistake that can quietly chip away at your financial security is not adjusting your lifestyle as needed. Retirement is a new season of life, and sometimes it calls for new choices. Maybe the big house you raised your family in feels comforting, but it also comes with high property taxes, maintenance costs, and more space than you truly need. Or maybe 2 cars used to make sense, but now one would do just fine. Holding on to old habits out of sentimentality is understandable, but it can put unnecessary strain on your finances. Downsizing isn't giving up, it's gaining freedom. Freedom from stress, from extra bills, from things that don't serve your life anymore. Many people who make these shifts talk about how much lighter and freer they feel, both financially and emotionally. It's not about sacrificing the life you love. It's about shaping your environment so it supports your best life moving forward. And here's another secret to staying financially independent that often gets overlooked: staying socially connected. You might be thinking, what does friendship have to do with finances? Actually, a lot. When we're isolated, we're more vulnerable to poor decisions, loneliness, spending, and even financial predators. But when you have a circle of trusted friends, family members, or community groups, you naturally have more support, more perspective, and more protection. You can share advice, compare experiences, and catch red flags you might otherwise miss. Staying connected also boosts your emotional well-being, which can help you avoid the emotional spending that sometimes sneaks up during lonely moments. So make the effort to nurture your social life. Attend local events, join groups that match your interests, or even volunteer. It's not just good for your heart, it's good for your wallet too. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of money, because it's real and it matters. After decades of working and providing, it's natural to tie a part of your identity to what you earn or own. Retirement can shake that foundation a little, and if you're not careful, it can lead to decisions that aren't truly in your best interest. Some people overspend to prove they're still doing well, Others might avoid spending on things they actually need because they're scared of running out of money. Both extremes can cause unnecessary stress. It's important to remember your worth isn't tied to your wallet. You've already built a life of value through your experiences, your relationships, your wisdom. Money is just a tool now, a wonderful, powerful tool, but not a measure of who you are. Give yourself permission to live within your means, confidently and without shame. Find joy in experiences, not just things. And if you do spend on something special, do it intentionally and with full enjoyment, not guilt or fear. Before we move on, I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling absolutely secure about your finances. No worry buzzing in the back of your mind. No guilt about yesterday's choices. Just a calm, steady confidence that you're doing exactly what you need to live your best life. That feeling isn't out of reach. It starts with small, steady actions today. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. You just need to be willing to look at your habits, make a few smart adjustments, and trust that you're steering yourself toward a future filled with freedom and peace of mind. You've earned that. You deserve that. One final mistake that often sneaks in after 60 is forgetting to keep learning about money. It's easy to think, I've managed my finances for decades, what more do I need to know? But the truth is, the financial world keeps changing. New scams appear, new rules for retirement accounts roll out, healthcare options evolve, and better ways to stretch your income are constantly emerging. Staying financially independent doesn't mean you have to become a stock market expert or memorize tax codes. It simply means staying curious, reading an article now and then, asking questions, watching trusted sources, attending a community seminar. Even a simple 30-minute conversation with a financial advisor once a year can open doors you didn't even know existed. The more you learn, the more empowered you feel. The more empowered you feel, the better choices you make. And better choices mean less stress, more freedom, and more joy in your retirement years. Remember, learning keeps your mind sharp too. It's a double win. Now, as we pull all of this together, take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. You've seen how important it is to be realistic about your spending, to build multiple streams of income, to protect your savings by being careful with financial help, scams, and healthcare costs. You've learned how downsizing, social connection, emotional balance, and ongoing learning can all reinforce your financial independence. Every single tip we've talked about today shares one thing in common. It puts the power back in your hands. And that's the heart of living well after 60. Knowing that no matter what the future brings, you have the tools, the wisdom, and the spirit to handle it with confidence. Here's the beautiful part. It's never too late to start. Whether you're already in retirement or just stepping into it, today can be the day you tighten up a few things, rethink a few habits, and plant seeds that will make the years ahead easier and more joyful. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing your finances are strong enough to support the adventures you still want to have. Picture yourself booking that trip, picking up that hobby, or simply enjoying quiet mornings without money worries clouding your thoughts. You don't need to have everything perfect. You don't need to have millions saved up. What you need is clarity, intention, and a willingness to care for your future self just as much as you've cared for others throughout your life. And if you're sitting there thinking, I wish I had started sooner, let that thought pass like a cloud. Because the best time to start anything worthwhile is always now. Every small step you take today makes a bigger difference than you can imagine. So, I want to leave you with this. You have already proven that you are resilient, capable, and wise. Now is your time to protect that freedom, nourish it, and enjoy every moment without unnecessary stress weighing you down. If you found these tips helpful, I would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your questions, or even your own experiences in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else who's walking the same path. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We have so much more to share about living your best, healthiest, happiest life after 60. And I would be honored to be part of your journey. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to your independence, your joy, and the exciting chapters still to come. Keep believing in yourself, keep taking small steps forward, and remember, your best years are not behind you. They're just getting started. And there you have it. The smartest moves you can make to stay financially independent, confident, and stress-free after 60. Remember, it's never too late to take control of your future. Every small step you take today builds a stronger, happier tomorrow. If this video helped you feel a little more prepared, or even just a little more hopeful, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you found value here and helps us reach even more wonderful people like you. I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences down in the comments. What changes have you made to stay independent after 60? Or what's one thing you're going to start doing today? And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video that supports your journey to a healthier, happier, and freer life. Thanks for spending this time with me. Keep believing in yourself. Your best years are still ahead.